to you, and I hope that you're enjoying our scenery, our setting. It is a good day for sharing, and I'm so happy that I have a good friend of ours, Sam, and she is the one behind Healing Foods. Everybody should know them by now. If not, they're located upstairs, the SNS Plaza, Bois d'Orange, and right now, as I know many of us are starting to become more serious with regards to a lifestyle change of diet, etc. This is an awesome time for us to have Sam here, because I'm also on my journey of learning and trying to heal. And one thing for sure that I absolutely know is that we can truly use our food for healing, and not to mention St. Lucia, we are in the perfect place to be doing it because we have all this natural goodness around us. So Sam, you are our expert. She is living, breathing proof that if we eat better and we understand the process of how food can heal, you know, if you want any more convincing, Sam is the person that's going to help to do that. So thank you so much for taking time out of your crazy busy schedule to be here with us today.
Thank you so much for having me, and it's really wonderful to be there. Good morning, everyone. And indeed, as Chela was rightly saying, food can be medicine. What you eat can make you sick, and by the same token, what you eat can also make you better. There are hundreds of studies out there to show that there is a direct correlation between chronic diseases and the food that we eat. And as you know, we keep hearing about NCDs in St. Lucia, non-communicable diseases, which are on the increase. We're talking type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, heart disease. All of those are linked to the food that we eat. We are consuming high sodium foods. We are consuming foods that are loaded with saturated fats, trans fats, simple carbohydrates like white flour and white sugar. And of course, we are consuming a high amount of junk food or processed food, really. And you know, when our grandparents were younger, you know, my mom turned 77 yesterday, and it was amazing talking to her. And she's taking me to her garden and showing me her organic tomatoes and her green figs and her plantain. Yes, and 77 with no high blood pressure, no diabetes, no illness. But she eats from the earth, you know, farm to table. And we are abundant in terms of our natural foods, our fruits, our vegetables, our mangoes, sweet potatoes. So we really don't have an excuse. We don't have to go to the supermarket and buy tons of boxed food and packaged foods. And these foods contain preservatives, carcinogens, chemicals, which really cause disease. So it's really important that we think a little bit more consciously about what we put in our body and try to consume foods that are more natural, foods that are in their natural state.
Now, you see, this is a great topic because at some point, you know, where did we go wrong? Because this really wasn't our culture.
Correct.
And the fact that even we're importing so much foreign things, food-wise at least, you know, it's still mind-blowing to me because we can actually survive without it. We'd be living healthier and happier without it too. So again, that's why I think we need to really realize our blessings right now with where we're located at this point, because we're in the perfect place. If you have been making some bad lifestyle choices, like, there's nothing to stop you. You're not in the middle of a concrete jungle.
Correct.
You can grow your own, or you can go to the market,
or you can buy.
Get organic.
Yeah, it's available.
So we have really no excuses except, when are we going to decide to make this change? Now, for me, I've been on a journey this year, and I know everybody's feeling the pressures of the pandemic. So many things. I think people, if you're like me too, you're relearning and rediscovering yourself as well. And, you know, you hear people talking about a lot of mental health issues, you know, so anxiety, depression. We have so many people with other disorders. I have PCOS. So, you know, stress can trigger your hormones. There's so many other people dealing with things. So there's just a lot going around.
Absolutely.
And with the highs and lows that have been coming, so I've realized that I have anxiety, and I wouldn't say developed. Maybe earlier I would have, but now I realize, you know, there was signs from in the past that I just never noticed.
Correct.
But now with things so crazy and chaotic, maybe it's just heightened. So it's manifesting more physically. And this is what kind of has led me right now to begin my lifestyle change. And obviously what has led me to Healing Foods. For the month of May, I decided to do a hydrocolon therapy, and thanks to my friend Naya, you know, they give a guideline of how clean you need to be eating for at least 7 days. So I figured, if I do this for 7 days, why don't I just keep it up, you know? So I did that. So no meat, no processed sugars or the flours, no alcohol.
Good stuff.
And it actually came easy. So St. Lucia, I just want to say, you know, when you know that you are mentally ready to do this, it can really happen. And Sam, Now that
But before we move on, Chela, you made a very important point earlier. You made reference to mental health and the pandemic and the immune system. And I'm happy that you brought it up because when you eat processed foods, when you eat foods that are high in saturated fats, preservatives, food colors, it actually lowers your immune system. Yeah. So even the foods we eat can impact our immune health. And right now, with any respiratory virus, not just COVID-19, we need to have strong immune systems. Definitely. And in fact, obesity is actually one of the factors that can cause someone with COVID-19 to have severe symptoms and to be hospitalized. So it is a risk factor. So the healthier weight you are, the better your diet, the better for you. And we have so many anti-inflammatory, antiviral foods that can boost the immune system available locally. Right. We have turmeric, we have ginger, we have cloves, we have star anise. All of these foods can be added to the diet. Even simple thyme, we're talking about garden thyme, which is super high in vitamin C. We're talking sage, oregano. We can grow these in our kitchen garden, on our veranda panes, and we just need to increase our consumption of those foods. More fruits and vegetables, more smoothies on the morning, more sea moss gel. Right. Our waters are abundant with beautiful, healthy sea moss. And, all across the world in the more developed countries, persons are now catching on to the health benefits of sea moss. And we've always had sea moss. It boosts the immune system, it lowers inflammation, helps the metabolism, helps you to lose weight, loaded with minerals, 92 minerals. So I just wanted to kind of interject and make the point that even against the backdrop of we need a healthier population, we need healthy immune systems, the food can also help the immune system. You mix your turmeric with your ginger, your garlic, your sour orange, you drink a little bit of that every day, here's your immunity shot. It will go a long way to helping the body to be stronger to fight not just COVID-19, but all diseases, all respiratory viruses.
It's true. Now, you see, this is why I'm so happy to have Sam here. This is just the tip of the iceberg, St. Lucia, but I think everything that just said brings home the fact that we are in the perfect place to make the right lifestyle choices, the healthier choices, and we don't have to worry about anything much. But I know sometimes you may need guidance and help. So this is what Healing Food is here for, Healing Food, and of course, Sam is here. So just to remind the people of the contact number and social media handles so they can reach out because she's always willing to help.
Sure. Our fixed line number is 453-7990. Our cell number is 484-4325 or 484-HEAL. Very easy to remember. Definitely. And in terms of our social media handles, on Instagram, we are Healing Foods _SLU. And on Facebook, we are Healing Foods Inc.
Perfect. So it is as easy as that, St. Lucia. And you know what, boy, for the amount of chronic scrotes I just give him my show, I feel like he would probably send me a lawsuit, but I have to end it this way. Let your food be your medicine and your medicine your food.
Absolutely.
All right. Once I heard that in that song, I was just like, oh my gosh. So let's go out and have a positive day and just think a little bit more about what you actually consume today. All right, St. Lucia, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.